Using a Sharpie, Penny hurriedly writes the number 7,692 on a piece of plastic and never refers to that number ever again. Why? I'll say that again. Using a Sharpie, Penny hurriedly writes the number 7,692 on a piece of plastic and never refers to that number ever again. Why?
If she's anything like me, she's just got a new credit card, she's written down the PIN so she doesn't forget it, and then never uses the card. Don't do that, folks. There's terrible security. Don't write down your PIN number.
You know, Simon, how you keep kind of blundering very quickly towards the end of the questions in this episode?
No! I was joking, Tom!
You have identified some of the elements of this. Not all of it. I'm not going to give it to you.
Oh, okay, thank God.
But you're right, that's the piece of plastic.
Oh, I was going in a totally different direction. So thank you, Simon, for course correcting before we'd even gone off course.
So, I mean, we've got some time, Rowan. What was that direction going to be?
So 7,692 feels very like 9 and 6 and 7 and 2 can kind of be like reflected and changed and like look like each other. And I was wondering if the plastic was like transparent in some way, like if it was that kind of thing, that there was something going on with that. But it turns out it's not. So scratch that off the list.
Yeah, the first hint I have on my sheet of paper here is there's nothing specific about 7,692. In fact, I even specifically said it as 7,692 just because it might take a little bit longer to get to bin number off that. Like, well done, Simon.
I think, did every single one of us get a piece of paper and write down that number and then look at it, by the way? Because that's what I did.
Did you mention earlier that the piece of plastic was a debit or credit card?
Yes.
And that was the part of Simon's guess that was correct there.
Yes.
Was she writing the amount of money that was in her account on that debit card?
Simon's closer. Much closer.
Is this not a good reason for her to be doing this? Because there's like I feel like if someone's like demanding your bank card and telling you to like write the PIN number down and then she like never sees it again because she's like had to like give it to someone who's trying to rob her. I think I've got it.
She wrote her PIN backwards on her debit card and gave it to the person that was robbing her because writing the PIN backwards would get the card lost inside the machine. I think if you write a PIN backwards, you get your account flagged as, you know, somebody's trying to steal your stuff.
I think the backwards PIN thing is an urban myth, sadly.
Great.
I was going to say, if your PIN's a palindrome, you're just screwed.
But you're along the right lines there. It's not hurriedly written because she's being mugged, but you're definitely along the right lines.
Was she giving it to someone else, though? You said she didn't ever use the number.
She never referred to that number again.
But we know that it's not the PIN to that card that was written on there.
It is not the PIN.
Like, do we know if it's her card? Or is she doing it for someone else?
Oh, it is her card. It's her card.
Okay.
It's not her PIN.
Ah.
Penny is trying to commit fraud, looked at somebody else entering their PIN and wrote it on her card and then stole that person's card and has 20 minutes to go on a spending spree. It's a Mr. Beast video.
Put your last two guesses together, Alec, and you've basically got it. This is about crime. This is about safety and security. You've basically got it.
Is Penny the criminal? Is Penny, have we established that Penny's the criminal?
Penny is defending against criminals here.
This is a debit card that she is going to just kind of leave in a wallet somewhere. Somebody is going to go and put this into an ATM machine, type in those numbers, and they will now have a CCTV recording of somebody that just stole this wallet. And so it's a means of like finding out if finding the thief in some way, shape or form.
Nearly. You said, Alec, that she's written down deliberately the wrong PIN. Why would you do that? Why would you put the wrong PIN on your own card?
So that if somebody takes it, it gets the card locked because they enter the PIN in and it's wrong. And so she then finds out, at this period in time, my card got locked. Therefore,
yes,
my card's been taken.
Honestly, it's not even that complex. It is to fool thieves. It is so that if the card gets taken, they've been stupid. They'll put the PIN number on it. So why might you write that down hurriedly? You're not under any pressure here. Why are you scrawling this on the back of the card?
I guess so it makes it seem like it's not been necessarily like orchestrated or planned. Like, oh yeah, this is just a thing that I've put down so that people think that it's like just a casual thing I've done rather than like a plan to trap you in the moment. Or actually, also, wait, hang on. Is it so that it's not necessarily entirely clear what the numbers are, so that people type in it a few times to try and like get it so that it will lock you out because you'll go through all the tries?
Yep, it takes 3 attempts, usually, to get a card locked in a machine. So if you have a scrawled number that, maybe that's a 1, maybe that's a 7, maybe that's a 9, maybe that's a 0, then if someone takes the card, they will use the wrong pin number multiple times and it will get sucked into the machine, never to be seen again.